Bring on the pumpkins. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Long time no see. How's it going? I didn't really intend to take a break at all. I've just been working elsewhere. I've actually been doing a lot more copywriting, which is something that I kind of used to do back in the day and dropped a little bit to pick up this. But I've kind of, you know, gone back to that a little bit. I've been doing some beauty copywriting, which is something new for me, which I've been really enjoying. And yeah, it's a tricky thing to try and juggle lots of different fingers in pies at once. What a horrible expression. But I've got some time today. We'll sit and have a little hangout and a catch up. Back with a bang. A spooky bang. Wait. Today I've got for you a little roundup of all the, as you might be able to see from a few little bits and bobs in the background here, a little roundup of all the kind of autumnal homeware bits and bobs that I've been picking up recently. Okay, but before the comments section wants to start, have a go at me. Listen up, okay, there's two reasons that I'm doing this in the warmth of August. Number one, the most practical reason, if you want this stuff, you gotta nab it while you can. It's a very brief window of time in the UK where this kind of stuff pops up in shops, and if you see it, you gotta get it. I want it, I got it. And reason number two, I think probably most importantly of all, and I think a lot of you guys will relate to what I say here when I say autumn is not just a season. Autumn is a feeling. The arrival of autumn is a decision that one makes for oneself. One morning, you just wake up and you think, I've had enough of summer. It's time to get spooky. Autumn, I would argue, is a state of mind, a state of being. And once you have that morning where you wake up and think, it's time to get spooky, it's time to get cozy, there's no going back. But I feel kind of justified in it because if you've been around for a while, I think you guys will know by now, this is generally just my vibe all year round. Our house kind of looks a little bit like a 90s witch threw up on it. I don't really tend to stray away from this vibe at any point. So it's not really a seasonal investment for me, it's an all-rounder. Right, let's start with the mugs, shall we? Seeing as I've got one right here in my hands, let's start with the mugs. That is mugs plural. Look, it's happened now. And actually this whole little spree started with mugs because we're getting the kitchen done in a couple of weeks. Very exciting. There is home renovation vlog coming your way. I'll be vlogging the whole thing with the kitchen like I did with the bathroom. A little feature that we're gonna have, well, I need to get organized and like buy all the stuff that we need, but we're gonna have like a little kind of rail to hang some nice kind of feature mugs off. And I wanted them to be kind of really nice, cozy autumnal ones. So I picked up a couple, which I'm very excited about. If anything gets me excited, it's adorable ceramics. But anyway, this is the first one that we've got going on. So I picked this up from Next. Actually, my mum picked this up for me. Covered in pumpkins, little illustrations of pumpkins and various gourds. Various gourds. And then hopefully you might also be able to see, it says Hello Pumpkin all around the edges of the brim there. I thought this was so pretty. A lot of the time with kind of like when the autumnal homeware kicks in, it's all quite loud and it's got like green witches on it and all that kind of stuff. But I thought this one was quite unusually pretty because it's very kind of minimal and understated still. But then after my mum bought this one for me, I also found, this one is also from Next, but this one says Scaredy Cat on it. And it's got this little cat in all different Halloween costumes and scenarios. It's literally adorable. It's got this little orange rim around the edge as well. Orange handle. The pictures on this are just so cute, honestly. If you're a slight crazy cat lady, much like myself, much like the best of us, I think this one is flow, personally. And yes, there is a third mug, but this is a mug that I've bought with the intention of it probably not being a mug because I think it's too pretty to be a mug, and also I don't think it's much fun to drink out of. This one is from Anthropologie. When I say their autumn stuff is beautiful, but reined myself in and just bought this lovely autumn mug, which has got all these gorgeous like watercolor leaves all over it, and it's in this really cute little pumpkin shape. Don't you agree that this is just too cute to use as an actual mug? I'm gonna maybe use it for like makeup brushes, or I could put a little plant in it. That would be really cute. I don't know, I need to think of something lovely to do with this. But I just thought this was like genuinely beautiful. I love the tones and the colours in this one. I'm clumsy enough at the best of times with a normal round mug, so this is gonna spell disaster for me and my coffee drinking, but I'll find another nice little use for this one, I think. 2 cushions, which were not something, this one's covered in cat hair, great. Story of my life. Wasn't planning on getting 2 cushions, but when I placed my order on Next to get the Scaredy cat mug, I then saw this and was like, well, this matches our living room perfectly, and this looks damn adorable. So, I mean, I'm gonna have to buy this for our sofa. So this is a little long cushion. This lovely kind of Hessian canvasy fabric, like a nice neutral, and then it's got these little pumpkins stitched onto it. It says, "Hey there, pumpkin," which, I mean, I don't love. I'll just take the pumpkins. I don't need the adorable phrase with it, but whatever. I mean, stinking cute. They're little French knotted, embroidered pumpkins in different shades of orange. Thought this was very sweet because on our couch we've got, well, it's a green couch, and then we've got like burnt browny orange cushions on there with some cream ones as well. So perfect colour combo. I feel like if you can French knot embroider, you could create this one for yourself. So if you're feeling crafty, give it a go and let me know how you get on. Here's your inspo for your next craft project. I went onto the George ASDA website, which I always like forget about when it comes to homeware, but the few bits that I have bought from there have been so spot on when I've been on the hunt for something, and it's not somewhere that I would ever think to look regularly, but honestly they have some gems on there and they're so affordable. It's a great little hidden gem, I think. Basically, I saw this. This is a little boucle, sheepskinny, super duper soft little cream pumpkin. It's quite like firm. You could almost use this as a doorstop, I think. It's not particularly heavy, but it's quite firm. And it's more of like a decorative pillow rather than a cozy, squishy one. And I literally just couldn't leave this. I had to have this. The day this arrived and I put it on our armchair and I was like, oh, that looks amazing. I love it so much. And then Adam came in from work and he was just like, what is that? So I'm not sure he's entirely convinced by this, but I think this is absolutely adorable. Again, it's that like great combo of the autumnal theme going on, but like very kind of minimal, and you know, boucle's very on trend these days. Who knew there was such thing as a trendy pumpkin? I found it. I found this blanket, which right now, as I'm sitting here, literally sweating, feels quite weird to talk about, but I am so excited to use this in hopefully a few weeks' time. It's this lovely little patterned throw blanket in all my fave colours. Lovely burnt orange, some greens and yellows in there. And it's got like the cutest little pattern. I haven't unwrapped it yet because I wanted to show you how sweet it is, all like tied up with a bow, but I can show you the little close up here. Got this little pumpkin zigzag pattern all over it. And I'm already living for the evening where I suddenly realise that it's cold enough to pull this on and get all snuggly. I think these colours are going to look really lovely in our living room. So super happy with that. It's lovely and soft. Not to sound completely ridiculous, but let me show you my selection of various hand towels. I had to get this for the new kitchen as well. This is like a nice little decor treat for the new kitchen. Look at that colour. We're going for quite like a neutral kitchen. There's a lot of white, a lot of wood, but I do want like a few little pops of colour here and there, and I just thought this shade of like burnt sienna-y orange was absolutely gorgeous. And it's got the cutest little illustration on it as well. A little stream of pumpkins coming down into a pumpkin spice latte. 'Tis the season, and it says, give thanks and drink pumpkin chai. And then when you give it a little spin, there's a slice of pie, and it says, give thanks and eat pie. And I certainly will do that. I just thought that was lovely. I really, really love that like quite bright, rich pop of colour. I love the illustrations on it, and also really nice little detail. This kind of pattern all around the edge is actually embroidered rather than just printed. This will be one of those things though that we'll have in the kitchen. And Adam will use it one day to mop up like a bolognese spill. and I will have to murder him. That's the only outcome. So that actually brings me on to TKMaxx, which if you are not onto the TKMaxx and HomeSense autumn Halloween arrivals and you love all this kind of stuff, that should be the first place that you head, because they do it in like the American way. I guess a lot of their suppliers are probably American, and they have everything you could ever dream of in autumnal, spooky, Halloween, fall form. If you want a tiny little bat to sit on your wine glass, that's where you want to go. If you want a witch's boot to put your ladle into, you'll find it in TKMaxx, honestly. So I got 2 little sets of those. I got this kind of little florally pumpkin design with all these nice little leaves. All sorts of gourds going on there. They're really, really soft actually. They're lovely quality towels. So I thought they were a sweet little find. And then these, I love these so much. So these are by Dunn, who I've seen the kind of like themed mugs and candles and stuff that come from that collection. I don't know who they are or where they came from. Who are you, Dunn? I don't know, but I really appreciate this. Isn't this the cutest towel you've ever seen? I cannot wait to hang this over the little radiator in our bathroom. I think that is so like simple, but chef's kiss. This little welcome design is embroidered onto the towel. These actually just feel lovely quality. Of all the things I've bought, I mean, I don't want to be too hasty here, but these are definitely one of my faves. Promise we're nearly done. I am surrounded by all things orange right now. I've got some fragrancy candly bits that I'm excited to show you, and then I've got 3 slightly random purchases, as if all of this wasn't entirely random enough. I feel like I was duped. I feel like I was trick-or-treated and very much got the trick here, although I'd argue maybe a surprise treat. With my next order, when I bought my mug and my cushion, I clicked onto what I thought was a little cauldron-shaped wax burner. In the photo, it was so adorable and like kitsch and slightly silly, right up my street. I was like, straight in the bag, yes please, thank you very much. However, it turns out they were actually just advertising the wax and not the burner. So I don't know whether maybe the burner is coming later. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for it. So I accidentally ended up ordering a set of 8 pumpkin and ginger fragranced wax melts, which is not what I thought I was ordering, but I can confirm these smell absolutely out of this world, and I mean they're equally ridiculous and cute. They're little spooky shapes. Top notes are crystallized ginger and cinnamon, a heart of maple and nutmeg, and a base of precious woods and molten sugar. Even without burning them, the fragrance of these has literally filled the downstairs of our house. They smell so, I don't want to say strong because that makes it sound like it kind of punches you in the face, but every so often you just get a little kind of dance of this fragrance. It just like hits your nose and you're just like, oh wow, that smells amazing. So if you're just doing a next order anyway, treat yourself, put them in your basket. So as I said, the TKMaxx Halloween stuff is tip top notch, and one of the best parts of it is all the candles that they get in. They are such a delight to go through, honestly. I could spend a good couple of hours smelling every single one, but these 3 really stood out to me and I cannot wait to burn these on cozy movie nights in our living room. This one, I was instantly drawn to this packaging. Look at this label. What a fun time. This looks like some kind of secret, slightly strange woman that lives in the forest might have drawn that up and made this candle for herself. And then there's a tiny little owl sitting on the wooden lid. And according to the label, this is pumpkin chestnut, roasted pumpkin and ground spices blended with hints of smoke infused with buttered chestnut. Hello. A lot of them I think smell kind of very, I know it sounds ridiculous, but like very artificial and very, very sugary. This smells slightly deeper and a little bit more sophisticated. It's got a slightly more kind of perfumed edge to it, which I really like. And for extra spooky points, the candle itself is black. The black flame candle. Oh no. If I start prancing around the place going amok, 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 you know what's happened. The other two I got are really fun actually. These are from TKMaxx, but they're a brand called DW Home, which I always look out for in the candle section because my friend Gemma gifted me one years ago when we were in the old flat, and it's one of the best candles I've ever had. The smell like literally like filled the whole flat. It was gorgeous. So I always keep an eye out for this brand in TKMaxx. This was a no-brainer. One of my favorite candle scents is always like toasted marshmallow, smoked marshmallow, burnt marshmallow, something along those lines. So this one is Marshmallow Ghost. Really cute. And then it's got these little cartoon marshmallow men, ghosties all over it. And it's pretty much a classic like slightly smoky marshmallow scent. But that is, it's such a weirdly nostalgic smell to me because the week that we moved into this house, we burnt a marshmallow candle that I brought back from Florida the first time we went to Florida. And I just instantly associate that smell with that time that we'd first moved into this house. And it's just like, it really like takes me back. And this one was something a little bit different actually. I was slightly swayed by this amazing candle lid. Look at that. Never seen anything like it. It's a bloody masterpiece. It smells like buttered popcorn mixed with cinnamony, smoky spices. It's actually classed as toasted s'mores, but it literally smells like if you were sitting around a campfire eating delicious buttery snacks. It smells amazing. It's such like a warm, again, like a very comforting home kind of smell. It's just like quite unusual though. I've definitely never had a candle that smells like that, but it's absolutely delicious. So I was chuffed to find that one. This is a little reed diffuser set. There's this cute little illustrated orange bottle that says boo. And then the fragrance to go in it is pumpkin allspice. And obviously I couldn't smell this as I bought it, but I thought that was a fairly safe bet. I just love how kind of like silly all of these things are. Turns out life's too short to not just have tiny, silly little spooky things everywhere. There you go. Hopefully you can see that now. It says boo. Got a little trio of hilarious pumpkins. It says Ray Dunn on the back there. And then you can just pop your little diffuser sticks in. Obviously, when it comes to autumn spookiness, a little touch of Halloween here and there, can't leave out the cat. She's the fundamental part of that whole theme. So I got her, excuse me, just wipe out the dust. I got her this really lovely little food bowl. It's actually a little bit bigger than her other bowls, but I think for her biscuits and stuff, it's gonna be okay. But it's got this really cute, like little celestial sky, constellations, stars, little pattern all the way around it. And it's in a mix. There's like some that are just in kind of like gold pattern, but some of it's in gold foil, which I thought was really pretty. So that was Flo's little treat from all of this lot. I'm sure she'll be absolutely delighted. So if you have been around for a while and you kind of, you know my house vaguely well, you might be as excited as I am about this prospect, because obviously when we get the kitchen done, the fridge will be a part of that design. The fridge currently exists in our living room and has done since we moved in. It was supposed to be a temporary measure, but 2 years later, we still don't have a new kitchen. So finally, we'll have a fridge in the kitchen, and that's gonna free up a whole space for us to have a little dining table, which I know probably doesn't sound like a big deal, but I'm so excited about it. We're just gonna have like a little kind of fold away or kind of drop down dining table setup, which I just can't wait for. It's gonna be so cute. So I bought these with that in mind. These are little salt and pepper shakers as little tiny apples. I love them. I thought these were just one of the sweetest things I'd ever seen. If they'd caught me on a bad hormonal day, they probably would have made me cry. So I've just got a vision of these sitting in the middle of our new dining table, looking like the most wholesome piece of homeware the world has ever seen. How do you like them apples? Okay, and last but certainly by no means least, in fact maybe top of the pile to be honest, I found this guy in TKMaxx. I didn't really know what he was, but all I knew is that he was coming home with me. This is a ghost jar. This guy was hidden away on the bottom shelf, and I wouldn't have even looked twice at it, but I was having a little rummage, and I was just, my attention was caught by this weird shape. I was like, what the hell is that? And weirdly, my local TKMaxx had decided to stick a big sticker over the face of it. So it literally just looked like a little Mr. Whippy or something. I picked it up, I was like, what the hell is this? And then I realised that it had a tiny spooky little ghost face. I just love this guy. I just love him. He's so cute. I have absolutely no idea what I'm gonna keep in him. He's a pretty sizable little guy. So I feel like he'd be really cute to keep like tea bags in. I suspect he might be like a bit of a one-off and not particularly well stocked across TKMaxx's in the UK, but I can tell you that the brand at the bottom says Whimsical Cupboard, 10 Strawberry Street. That's exactly how I want my house described, a whimsical cupboard. And no whimsical cupboard is complete without a tiny spooky ghost jar. Ooh. Okay, on that note, I think I've proven that I've lost the plot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of that lot. Hopefully you're on the same wavelength as me. You know where I'm coming from when I say it's time. I don't care that it's still like 30 something degrees outside. It is time. So now I've just got to find a home for all of this lot. There's gonna be a lot of pumpkins around the place. I can't wait for Adam to come home later and be like, where did all of this come from? I will try my best to find as much of this online as I can for you. I suspect most of it might not be readily available anymore, but I'll find as much as I can. Otherwise, have a lovely Halloween hunt through, where's it all from? Next, Anthropologie, George at ASDA, TKMaxx. Have a lovely day, take care, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye!